So, boys, I stay tuned. There's a gewaldige podcast. Rabbi Steve Geller does a gewaldige Zach, and that'll be coming out this week. Torah Giants on Chumash. Shalom Uvrach, and welcome to the weekly piece on the Parsha from Torah Giants on Chumash, written by Rabbi Meir Goodman, the Rabbi Emeritus of Youngstown Rockaway. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Torah Giants on Chumash. I'm Steve Geller. Once again, we're going to take a very famous scene in the Torah that we think we all understand, and Rabbi Goodman will show us things that are literally hiding in plain sight. Yosef's in prison, and the chief butler and the chief baker come to him with dreams to interpret. We're all clear on that. So why is it that the Torah actually mentions 4 people in that short section? The Torah mentions the mashka, the butler, the sar hamashkim, the chief of the butlers, ha'ofa, the baker, and the sar ha'ofim, the chief of the bakers. Are these terms just interchangeable, or is there more that the Torah is telling us that we have not noticed before? Rabbi Goodman brings us the explanation from the Sefarim, where chapter 40 opens with the transgressions committed by the baker and the butler. Sometime later, Chatu did sin, Mashka Melech Mitzrayim, the cupbearer of the king, the ha'ofa, and the baker, La Adonehem, against his master, Lamelech Mitzrayim, the king of Egypt. Rashi quotes a Medrash Rabbah, Chatu, in the case of the butler, a fly was found in a goblet of wine handed to Paro, and in the case of the baker, a pebble was found in the loaves that he had baked. The next pasuk tells us that Paro then imprisons his chief officers. So where the first pasuk mentions the mashka and the ha'ofa, the butler and the baker, the second pasuk mentions that Paro was angry with his 2 officials, the sar hamashkim and the sar ha'ofim, the chief butler and the chief baker. The 2 of them dreamt a dream. Each one had his dream on the same night. The Sefarim notes that the Torah here mentions hamashka, the butler, the ha'ofa, and the baker who had the dreams, because prison had so humbled these chief officers, they were no longer called by the Torah as the sar hamashka and the sar ha'ofa. Instead, they dreamt like a butler and a baker. They envisioned themselves serving, but not officiating anymore. Just to review, the butler dreamt that he was standing in front of a grapevine with 3 branches. From those branches emerged ripened grapes that he pressed into Paro's cup, then placed the cup into Paro's hand. To him, Yosef interpreted that 3 branches were 3 days, after which Paro would pardon him and restore him to his post. The baker dreamt that 3 wicker baskets on his head. In the top basket were all kinds of Paro's favorite baked goods, and birds, not Paro, were eating from the top basket. To him, Yosef interpreted that the 3 baskets were also 3 days, after which Paro would lift his head, hang him, and the birds would eat his carcass. With this introduction, Rabbi Goodman will interpret our parsha. Yosef tells the chief of butlers, in 3 days, Hashivcha al kanecha, will restore you to your post, Benasata kos Paro biyado, and you will place Paro's cup in his hand. Kamishpat harishon, as was the former practice, Asher hayisa mashkehu, when you were only his cupbearer before you were the chief. Why then would Paro only exonerate the chief of butlers? Because he could claim, Your Majesty, obviously from the time I inspected your drink until my assistant, the butler, served it to you, a fly must have flown in it. A pebble doesn't enter a cake at the last second, however, so the chief of bakers had no such excuse. So look at how beautiful. As the last 2 passukim of our chapter confirm, Paro restored the sar hamashkim to his position as chief, but also returned him to his cupbearing, al mashkehu, and he placed the cup in Paro's hand. And then, of course, the chapter ends that the sar hamashkim forgot about Yosef and never mentioned him. Sefarim believes that the chief was demoted to butler and had to work his way up the ladder again. Others understand that he recaptured his full glory immediately. This interpretation by Rabbi Goodman offers a compromise, a partial restoration to his status as chief on the condition that the chief of butlers personally serves Paro his drink. How can we achieve our full glory? We can take the fleeting moment to be Makayim, the great mitzvah of Talmud Torah, simply by liking this video, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and most importantly, hit the share button, which copies the link to this video, allowing you to effortlessly paste this link into your emails, texts, WhatsApp, or social media of choice. They'll all appreciate you for it, and we will all help realize Rabbi Goodman's life's work, Torah Giants on Chumash.
We go to yeshiva to learn, that's Torah. We seek closeness to Gedolim, that's Torah. We daven for inspiration and v'sein chalkeinu b'sorasecha, that's Torah. We come up with chidushim in our own learning, that's Torah. Maybe. Share your chidushim. Send your original Torah pieces to torahmaybe@gmail.com or email that address for more information. Also visit www.youtube.com/@torahmaybe.